If you're clicking on this video today is because you're gonna replace your alternator. Now, the alternator is very similar from a Celica to a Corolla and also to a Camry, especially in the mid-90s. My Toyota Celica is a 1996, but it's slightly different than yours probably. Mine is a 2.0 liter because it's a Japanese right-hand drive Celica. Now, if you happen to be doing this is the exact one. Now, the difference between mine and yours is the USDM version came in a 1.8 liter and also a 2.2 liter. And that's where I bought these. This is a 2.2 liter alternator that should fit a Camry, Corolla, or a Celica. Friday morning, as I was heading to work, these three lights popped up on the dash. Now, I did some little research on it. Nothing stood out because the car was driving absolutely fine. No hiccups, no nothing. I was going to work on it on Sunday because it happened on Friday. As soon as I turned the headlights on, everything went south. RPM started doing its thing. The lights were not turned on properly. At that point, I knew already my alternator is going out, or probably is out already. Okay guys, to disassemble the alternator, you need to loosen up this pulley. There's a pulley bolt right down here, which is the one I'm gonna loosen up first. That's a 14 millimeters I saw. So let me get that loosened up. Now we're gonna loosen up this next one here. That one is 12 millimeters. Let me grab another one. Oh, this one is actually on the opposite to loose up. Now that it's fairly loosened, we're gonna disconnect here the electrical. There we go. That's off. And there's a bolt right here that looks to be a 10 millimeter. Wow, that's pretty tight. This is the one that goes directly to your battery. I'm gonna put this one right here. What else? So I got this one right here, which is a 12. This one is 12 millimeter. Okay, we disconnect this ground. This is just at the bracket. I mean, maybe you didn't have to do it, but I'd rather take it out first. This one looks to be a 14. Yep, it's a 14. Let me get the socket real quick. There we go. Just want to loosen up first. Let me take this plastic thing off. Happens to be 12, so take this one off. There's another bolt down there that is 10 millimeter. Give me a second. Regular, yep, does the job. Okay, the bolt is out. Now I can remove this plastic wiring. I think I need to disconnect this whole timing belt. Give me a second, let me loosen up this whole belt. Okay, belt is out. Now that's completely exposed right there. Now let's take that off. Okay, finally got that bolt loosened up. Had to use a little bit of WD-40, but we got there. So that one is loosened up. This one should go out now. Oh, this one is a 14 on top. Let me get something faster. Okay, this one goes right out. The bottom one going back to a 12. Okay, this should go out. There's nothing holding the top part. There we go. Okay, the only thing holding it's a little plastic here. Okay. There it is. Alternator is out. The fastest way to get it in, this bottom bolt had like thread all the way in, so you wanna screw it up completely until it gets flush. Then you can mock it up and then make sure you fish the bottom bolt first. Okay boys, we're making progress. Bottom one is mounted, top one is mounted. It's secure, so now I'm gonna grab something to drink real quick so I can go set up the pulley and then put the belt back on, and we're one step closer. Okay guys, before we put the pulley back on, make sure you put this one back in, because otherwise you'll be working double and unnecessarily. So once you get it in, it's secure. There we go. So that's good. Now from here, let's adjust, put the adjuster in, and let's go with the pulley. Okay guys, we're ready for the pulley to go in. Gonna put it here, make sure it's good on the bottom. And set it up in position. Bottom is good, top is good, other bottom is good. Good to go. Now we have two washers. I happened to drop a smaller one earlier, so I'm just using this one. I really couldn't find it. I looked everywhere. Hopefully it's not anywhere dangerous. So let's put these washers one at a time so they don't drop again. The big one goes in, smaller one goes in, and the nut. Okay, we got the nut on. Now we're gonna put some tension on the pulley. Let me hand tight it first. There we go. Okay, tension is good. Now I'm gonna lock it here. Okay, pulley is locked. Tension feels pretty good. Let me tighten it just a little bit more. Okay, for not being a mechanic, we're close to the finish line, so let's hook up the rest of the things that we have going on. I just pushed this one back in earlier. It's kind of broken on one side, doesn't matter, it's just to hold it right there. This one is the one that's gonna click right here. Plug and play. This one used to be on the side, now it goes on top. Where did it go? There we go. It's kind of a stretch here for this, but it kind of goes in. Yep, it is a 10 millimeter. Okay, so tension is good, ground is on, electricity is on, plugged is back on here. Pulley is secure. Everything looks to be in position. I'm gonna connect the battery now and hopefully we can get a startup. Let me put it. Everything set. I'm gonna just turn it on first, see if we have electricity. The car door opened. I mean the sign on the dash. I'm gonna try to hear the fuel pump. Okay, we hear some beeping. We hear the fuel pump. Let me double check that the tension is good. Pulleys look good. I can maybe put some more tension, but everything else looks to be in place. So let's start it up, cross fingers. Okay, we started it. I'm gonna stay here for a few minutes, make sure everything is working properly. Man, it's hot. Made it happen. Wasn't great easy, but it's good and feels great working on your car. Oh, let me check if the check engine light or all those, not check engine, the lights are off. Yep, no more lights. So it looks to be that we're good. Obviously that is handbrake, emergency brake, so We look to be in good shape. I have a battery charger, so I will leave it on, see if it charges the battery, and then I'll go for a drive. Test drive, obviously. Not every day you get to see a CRX on the street, man. Nice. Cool to see a 91 CRX. Classic. Beautiful, beautiful. Those cars are worth a lot of money because you can drag race them pretty good.